Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. Liverpool taking on Man United on Monday. I'm joined by Sam Peoples from United Peoples TV, telly.
TV. Let's leave it at TV. You got your TV.
TV. Do you say
TV's fair?
TV's fair. I was going to go with telly just to keep it northern. But that's fine. So you know, often when we collaborate with other channels and what have you, we get people's opinions on how they're going to set up and what they're going to do, like, and what they're going to be like. But yeah, you know, normally get them send it in, but you're here, so that's better. It means that we can.
It's easier.
Yeah, exactly. So what I want to know, because you know, looking from the outside, looking in at Man United, and you know, we've done a similar video over on your channel as well, and as you said, look, you've not watched Liverpool. Look, I've not watched Man United. I've watched some bits and pieces. When the season started, I think there was mass optimism, and obviously Zlatan started like a house on fire. There's been a few little dips, you know, like 3 weeks ago, everyone's saying, "Oh God, has Mourinho lost or whatever?"
Yeah,
you've come back into a little bit of form again. How's your general feel on how the season's gone so far?
Look at it, right. I think we've played 10 games now. We won the first 3. We lost the 3 after that. Then we won 3 in a row again. So we're literally yo-yoing through the season so far. As you said, as the season started, Mourinho, Pogba, Zlatan, by Mkhitaryan. He bought the exact players in positions we needed to strengthen. And everything looked rosy. And then a couple of games, we lose a couple of games, we don't look the best, and everything is all going wrong as well. That's what the media will have you think anyway. But it's just not clicking as quickly for Mourinho at United as it has for Guardiola at City. And that's the problem with Mourinho now. He's got Guardiola next door, working fucking wonders. City are praying to him, and they think the world has literally landed at their door. Yeah. And they're looking strong, and nobody can deny that. But because of that, the parallels are going to go straight onto United. We've just broken the world record transfer for Paul Pogba. Surely he's got to score a hat-trick every single game. When he isn't, he's a complete failure. And it's United have spent a lot of money, so we should be performing better than we are. And we have in certain games, like the Leicester game, you tore Leicester apart, we tore Leicester apart. It was our best performance of the season. But then we've got games like Hull, 0-0, took until the last minute, just a team that sat deep and we couldn't break them down. We just scraped past Zorya Luhansk, which no one's even heard of.
Exactly.
And we only just about beat them 1-0, lost 1-0 away to Feyenoord. We're going through treacle at the moment. We're not singing from the same hymn sheet. And I think it's a matter of time with United because we have got the players we need now. It's not like we're looking at this team going, oh, I wish we had a new player there. Maybe a better right back because Valencia's still playing right back.
The thing that I guess for me looking at it, because you say, you know, you've identified the players that you need and he's gone out and got them, and you can't deny the money spent. He wanted established quality players. He's been given a collection of them to play with. Have you actually got the players to play the system that you're playing? Because it looks to me like, and to be honest, Liverpool have got a similar problem but more so prior to this season. You've got a lot of guys who want to play in the number 10. You know what I mean? You've got there's Rooney there. Zlatan probably to some extent does, you know, he doesn't mind dropping deep into his feet, does he? Mkhitaryan similarly, you know, Rooney, Mata, Mkhitaryan really are the guys who want to be involved in that position, and yet you're playing Pogba a little bit withdrawn. Who knows what's going on with Wayne Rooney? Mata's getting his chance in there. Mkhitaryan, has he really? I don't think he's really settled yet.
He's not really played because he's been injured. If you look at the start, he had a Borussia Dortmund when he moved there from Shakhtar. He was injured at the start. That first season was basically a write-off for Dortmund fans. Second season, he started to come into it. Third season, boom, involved in over 50 goals for Dortmund. It started a bit shaky for Mkhitaryan. He came on against Hull. I think that was the one where United fans really saw what he could do. Just because he was running into a space with real pace, whereas Rooney's Rooney now. You know Rooney, I know. Everybody knows Rooney. It's all everyone's fucking talking about this week. I'm kind of sick of talking about him. But Rooney is not the player he once was before. He wants to play in central midfield. He's not a central midfielder. He's not our best striker, and he's not our best number 10. So Rooney at the moment is not the best in any position, so he's got to be on the bench. Saying that, I probably think he'll start against you because big games fresh X, Y, and Z, but he runs around more than Mata, and in a game like you with the intense press you're going to play, I think that might be better suited. Although Mata's obviously got a cracking record at Anfield. I would love to see him repeat that, but Mkhitaryan on paper is probably our best number 10. but he's on paper probably our best right winger as well.
Yeah.
Which kind of exposes the one weakness we might still have is that our wingers, because we've got converted strikers, we've got Martial and Rashford playing on the wings. Neither of them. Rashford played there in the academy, so he's not unusual to that position, but Martial's a number 9. He obviously made his debut against you, and we all fucking loved that game. And I'd love to see
especially Martin Tyler.
Yeah, oh god, it's one of it. Just jizzed everywhere, basically. So did United fans, to be fair. But United still have areas of weakness in the squad. We're not a complete team by any margin, but we've definitely got enough quality in there that across the course of the season we should improve and get better. It's just that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
And we've got Liverpool away, followed by Fenerbahce 3 days later, followed by Chelsea away, followed by City at home. That's our next 4 games in the next 10 days.
Jesus Christ.
So we've really got to turn the screw. And if we come to Anfield and get trounced, to then go into Fenerbahce, Chelsea and City, it's not going to be a fucking fun 2 weeks.
What's the feeling like amongst United fans then going into this game? Is there a feeling of confidence? Is there any nerves? Because what I've seen of United fans, and this is, you know, again, I don't watch a lot of United content on YouTube or on telly or whatever, but I think there's still a residual effect of United being so amazing for 20 years. Is that, or 20? But to be fair, like 20 plus years, you've been fantastic. Is that a lot of United fans still go into games thinking, no, we'll win this. There's been a mentality of United being better than Liverpool for 2 decades. Does that still exist going into this season?
United have been pretty cleansed in the last 3 years. David Moyes and Louis van Gaal did a pretty good job at that.
Yeah, cleansed by like napalm.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It was the opposite of what United fans had become accustomed to, and it's levelled the playing field a lot. And going into the game, you're going to have nerves going Anfield. It's just like you would have nerves. It's the fucking biggest game of the season as far as I'm concerned. And you want to win it, but Anfield's taught me in recent years we've actually got a pretty decent record. But prior to that, I think there must have been like 6 odd years where it's just fucking shit coming to Anfield. It really was. And to be fair, our performances haven't even been that great in the games we've actually won.
Yeah.
Like that 1-0 when Rooney got it, I think you probably say you deserve to get more of that game. And I'm going to probably say the same, but we got the winner. Obviously, Van Persie's penalty. And then Mata's wonderful overhead. You know, some of those performances were in parts good, but I can't remember the last time we came to Anfield and had a complete performance. Yeah. Really can't. So if someone does know, not that you're going to fucking tell me. But going into the game, nervous, yes. Confident of a win? Absolutely. The players in that team, if we're going into a game and not confident of a win, there's something fucking wrong. Yeah. But you're going to be confident of a win as well. And I think you're going to get 2 teams who, if you get how United played in that first half against Leicester, and how you played in the second half against Swansea, and you put those 2 teams together, could be fucking blockbuster. If you get the teams that played you against Burnley and you get us against Hull going together, then it won't be. But there's been Jekyll and Hyde performances from both Liverpool and United this season. I think if there's one game you're going to turn up in, it's got to be a game like this. And United haven't properly clicked this season. I'm hoping it starts at Anfield on Monday. Yeah, absolutely. So I guess, roughly speaking, I've not pre-prepped you on this, but I'm just thinking, in terms of, at the very least, your front 3 or 4, who starts for you? If all players are fit, of course. If all players are fit, then it should be Martial out on the left wing. It should be... See, I don't know the number 10. That's the big issue, but it should be Rashford out on the right and Zlatan up front. I think those 3 are pretty set. But that number 10, on paper, it should be Mkhitaryan. But I think in reality, it's going to be Rooney. And that's not even throwing Mata into the mix. You know, even if you hadn't brought up the fact that we've got so many number 10 issues, Pogba, you're talking about how Pogba and Herrera... Would you like to see Pogba play that role? I like the role that Pogba's adopted in the last couple of games, where the most unbalanced part of our team so far this season has been the midfield. We've played with Fellaini alongside Pogba. That worked for a couple of games and then got exposed out the window. Then we played with Schneiderlin, Herrera and Pogba away to Feyenoord. I think we lost 1-0. Then Carrick's come in at some point, so we played with 2, we played with 3. He's changing and chopping and changing his personnel, but we played with Herrera and Pogba in the last couple of games. Herrera basically adopting a deeper defensive midfield role and sweeping in front of the back 4. That's all he's doing. And Pogba then being enabled to run up and down the pitch. That's worked. And I think we're going to do the same thing against you. I'll be surprised if we changed it. But then again, if Mourinho is being pragmatic, fucking Marouane Fellaini's going to come in that team. And if he does, you'll be laughing because he just fucking ruins United. Absolutely ruins United. Any sort
of danger from set pieces though.
Ah, fuck that. We've got if you got Bayer, you got Zlatan. You don't need Fellaini anymore. That was he had that last year when there wasn't anybody else big in the team. He's now lost his trump card, and he takes too much away from a dynamic style of football. He just slows you right fucking down. And if him and Rooney play, it's going to be pretty painful to watch for United fans.
Let's hope so. So if you want to watch more great build-up content ahead of the game, do go over to the Ball Street channel as well. Actually, Sam and I are over there doing 2 videos, You Decide, and a tactics preview as well. I've done a very similar thing to this over on United People, so if you want some more Liverpool chat from me, why not? Go over to UnitedPeoplesTV. And I just want to know from everyone watching as well, what is your level of confidence going into this game? How do you feel about if you're a Man United fan? Are you confident of beating Liverpool? And vice versa. If you're a fan of the Reds, do you think we can take it to Jose Mourinho's boys at Anfield? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and, of course, go over and subscribe to UnitedPeoplesTV as well.